Welcome to Go Ask Ira. Today I'm going to talk about a neat little product I have for all you wine lovers out there. It's called the Cork Pops. I have one of them right here. Two of them actually. So have you ever gone to dinner and you bring a bottle of wine that somebody gave you or you bought a long time ago and you've been saving for that really special occasion? And you go out and you're in a nice restaurant and the waitress comes over to open the bottle of wine, or waiter comes over to open the bottle of wine, and they start to open the bottle of wine and they start pulling the cork out, and out comes the cork, except it's only half the cork. Unfortunately, I have that happen to me a lot more than I should. So we're trying to figure out how to solve that problem. And I was actually looking for a different kind of corkscrew when I came across this Cork Pops. So Cork Pops is a CO2 cartridge that fits inside this little unit. They're not all red. I got this red one just so it would show up really good on the camera for you guys. And this is the basic model. And you can see it's got a pin here. And you know what you do is you pierce the cork, and this goes all the way through the cork, and then you push on the CO2 and it injects CO2 into the bottle, which forces the cork out from the bottom up. No cork left in the bottle. It's a beautiful thing. The two models here that we have today are the original and the Legacy. Now, the first one I bought was the Legacy. The Legacy has this little extra added part, and what it is a foil cutter here, and then this little twisty thing that helps you get the cork off of the pin. So other than that, they both work the same way. You can see they both have pins. They both have the CO2 cartridges right here. This one just has a couple extra features, and it costs a couple dollars more. Because of that, I'll show you how to use it based on this one. Again, this one's real easy. Take the foil off, push the button, cork comes out. Okay, so this one, we have a little different thing. So you take the foil cutter, and you place it here on the end. And you go around. And now we took the top of the foil off. Clean, nice, right? Now straight into the cork. And just a press, and that's it. Now sometimes they pop out a little easier, and sometimes you have to help them. That one I had to help a little bit, but you can see I didn't struggle with that at all. Now to get the cork off of this, you just twist it and twist it back, and now the cork pops off easy. So really, you know, it's a little bit easier than this. What I like about this one a lot is this one I kind of worry about, and we store it in its case, and its case is a little clunky. So when we're throwing it in a wine bag, it sort of takes up a lot of room. If we have two bottles in a 2-bottle wine bag, that's kind of tight. I like this because it's really kind of slim and trim, and it doesn't take up nearly as much room. Now, I'll tell you another story. We went out to dinner about 3 weeks ago to a restaurant we go to a lot. And we had, you know, maybe a 10 or 12-year-old bottle of California Cabernet, and the waitress came up, and we were hesitant, but we told her, you know what, you got to be careful, the corks might break. And she said, okay, I got this. And we watched her, and she did everything right. The problem was, when she pulled the cork out, we still didn't get all the cork. And the reason was, it was nothing she did wrong. The worm on her corkscrew was about 1/4 of an inch shorter than the cork. And so that's exactly where the cork broke. So again, she didn't do anything wrong. You know, so sometimes it's not that anybody's opening a bottle incorrectly. Sometimes it's just that the tools that they have are not up to the job. And when you're opening a bottle of wine, no matter how much you paid for it, that you've kept and saved and stored for a decade, you really don't want to be chewing on pieces of cork as you're drinking it. So I recommend you get a Cork Pop, inexpensive, you know, under 20 bucks. The cartridges are, I think they average about $4 a cartridge, should open, you know, somewhere in the 40 bottles of wine for a cartridge for $4. That's pretty cheap. Don't leave home without one of these in your wine bag.